Hello there, I hope you like my new setting, and today I will read to you this book, one about the worst day of my life. So come on in, sit down as I read to you about the 28th of May 2017. We start off with two great people, Nan and Grandad, both in their later years but also in poor health. Nan had some serious health problems for a few years at this point, being in and out of hospital and needing a lot of care and assistance. But nevertheless, like she always did, fighting and never giving up. My Grandad, on the other hand, the legendary swimmer who went every day to the baths, the man who played with me all the time as a small child, had come out of hospital and it was decided he would live with us in our front living room until he got better. However, during early 2017, Nan wasn't really improving and all of us in the family knew it was only a matter of time, but she persisted and carried on as if nothing had changed from the days of sitting in her armchair eating a banana butter. But we all knew it was nearly the end. Grandad, though, in some ways, was getting better and he was still his usual self, moaning, but he still had a lot of energy. The Tuesday before, on the 23rd of May, I had wrapped up with my counsellor who helped me so much for like half a year, and I was feeling so much better about life, myself, and how things were going. And to add to this, that week as well, I had signed up to a 3-month Prince's Trust course over the summer to get me back into things after quitting college. And things were looking up for me in my life. It looked like it was getting started and was going to be a lot better. And I was the happiest I had been for years. Nothing could have ruined it, I thought. I woke up on the 28th of May to Mum nudging me awake, and when my eyes opened I heard, "Eric darling, your nan has died." Oh, okay. I wasn't really shocked as we had pretty much been expecting this for ages now, so I'd managed to prepare myself for this because, as a person with autism, I need to prepare for things to happen sometimes, to get my head ready, and that is why, when shocking things happen, I can just break down a bit. My nan passed away calmly in the hospital, but from then on I knew I had no nan anymore. Mum told Grandad, who was still living with us, about Nan dying, and Mum told him about my Prince's Trust thing, and he seemed pleased, I guess, about it, and I guess happy for me. On that day I decided to walk the dog on my own, as even though my dad's mother had just died, he stayed at work for some reason. I don't know, but I walked the dog to try and get some fresh air, to remember my nan, and I remember this part so specifically. I said to myself, hey, I guess from now on I only have one grandparent left. When I got home for the rest of the day, I went upstairs talking to my mates online, probably playing like FIFA or maybe some Destiny, until my dad came home from work. I think he was sad, but I couldn't tell, I don't know. But hugged him anyway as my dad sat down and said, "Well, it's over for me, but you will have 10 more years of this at least." I went back upstairs and back to my mates until we all decided to go off, and I went downstairs to get a drink. I walk into the kitchen to see just this horror. My mum crying on the phone as she says, "My dad's dead." I look into the front room to see my dad frantically giving CPR to my Grandad on the floor. And what did I do? I smiled and got my drink of orange juice and just watched. I guess I was in shock a bit and trying to cope, just thinking nothing of it, thinking everything's going to be okay. The paramedics arrived and declared death pretty soon after. And it hit me at some point that this was real, and I did kind of start crying. Later on, I wanted to say some things to him. Things I never thought I would say, but in that moment, me and my dad went in together as I said something in the tune of, "Hi Grandad, thanks for everything you've done. Thanks for taking me to your house a load of times, the baths, the marina, and introducing me to tents, as well as all the holidays we've been on. I know I was kind of a mean person to you, and I guess sorry for that. I love you and will always miss you." And the final thing I want to say for this is that as the undertakers took him away, I saluted him for being a Grenadier Guard as a sign of respect. And that closes the book on the worst day of my life, the 28th of May 2017. A day where the most unbelievable happened. Both of my grandparents dying on the same day, completely unrelated. The day I started to realise what a bad person I'd been, but also a day of happiness, as after so many decades, Nan finally being reunited with her husband Stan, and Grandad being reunited with his wife Mary. I was the only person in the world that day to lose both of them, as I'm the only person in the world who is a direct descendant of both of them. I am the product of both those people, and I couldn't be happier with that. The final thing I would like to say is that even though I am the tall one in our family, I am just a speck standing on the shoulders of these two giants. Thank you, Nan. Thank you, Grandad.